Back with another Just Chilling with D-Dank44, hosted by me, by moi. Hope you guys are chilling. Stay positive in a negative world. Bunch of bullshit in the world, guys. Can't preach this enough. If negativity is not in your vicinity, it's not in your area, it's not in your household, don't go out of your own way to go towards that negativity. Don't invite that negativity into your life. And it's crazy because people are just crazy. They say they don't want one thing, but yet they get mad when it doesn't come their way. But they don't want it, right? And I say this because people always talk about negative shit, complaining about negative shit going on in the world. Yet they take it upon themselves to go towards that negativity, to include themselves in that negativity. It could just be feeling left out, not wanting to feel alone, which is the majority of reason why people believe in the things they believe in. Because other people believe in it, and they don't want to feel left out. They don't want to feel stupid, ignorant, bad person. They don't want to be the bad person on the bad side, right? Constant negativity. The world is just structured for us to point fingers. To not. It's just insane. Stay positive, guys. So I took it and called it. Now I'm about like call it. If I saw it, I bought it. And if she looking sideways, don't even talk, I don't want it. It's no love. Let's get lit. I love this song. I've been fucking with this song heavy. 45 on my lap. That's a bad bitch. Stay positive, guys. Stay off the social media. Or don't do this. I'm not saying completely stay off of it, but just don't mistaken social media for reality. That shit is not reality. Wanna know why it's not real? You're out with dinner with somebody. They take a picture of their food. And they post it. The description. What do you call that again? The post. What do you call it when they write something under the post? They post a picture with emojis and shit, happy faces, tongue out, all excited, right? So excited to eat this scrumptious food. Is what they put down. And they have like a little happy face emoji. But in person, you're sitting across this person posting that photo, and you're looking at their face. Just fucking dead wall. No emotion, nothing. Am I crazy for saying? It's crazy just the world we live in. People can't even show emotions anymore. Physically, like they can only text it and express it through text and photos. You ever see someone smile and shit in their photos? And when they're done, they're just fucking dead faced, depressed as fuck, like sad as hell. The world is fucking fake. Social media, that shit's fake. Fake ass people, like I don't blame them. Like Whenever anyone gets on a camera, me myself, it's entertainment. It's we think of the movies, the TV shows, right? That's one thing I want to get into as well. We don't really talk about how much television influences American society, how we behave, how we treat other people, how we see the world. We tend to see it as a movie, as a TV show. We tend to see ourselves as the main character. That main character syndrome that everyone's talking about now, it came from television, from movies, television mainly, TV shows. And living my life on this planet for as long as I've been on this planet, I come across people, who live off of television tropes. Is that the right word? They say, the cliches. A lot of cliches come from movies and television. Same with what's that one word? Same with fuck, what's that one word? With stereotypes. Stereotypes derived from Hollywood. Old Hollywood especially, the racist stereotypes. I mean, old Disney. We can go back on just negative depictions of people, of all races, Looney Tunes. I could think of the engines when he's counting how many engines are down. That shit's insane. And then when people get shot in the face, the black face, all that stuff. The watermelon eating, that comes from old cartoons. Shit's crazy. And then Mexicans with like Chihuahuas comes from like Taco Bell and all that stuff. The movies they put out, shit like that. How people talk, the lingo comes from Hollywood and shit. But yeah, Hollywood does use real life shit during the time. But back in the day, they didn't have cell phones. Like people had access to television, to film, to recording shit that was recorded through going to the movies, on the TV at home, where everyone would sit around and watch. Right? So what I'm trying to get at is this. Okay, let me see if I can explain this. The point I'm trying to make. It's just crazy that back in the day, you could say that television was influenced by real reality, real life, right? The real world. But now that we see that the real world is now influenced by what's on a screen, if that makes sense. Fuck, what is the point I'm trying to make here? Let me think. Because before television, even before radio, culture was just created by raw, organic feelings and thoughts and ideas, right? But then when everyone has access to each other through the internet on a screen, when everyone has a camera, it becomes hard to distinguish reality from fiction. Because now everyone is influenced by the news screen, the phone screen. It's a mini television on you carry around. Television, wordplay, guys. That shit's always. I love that shit. When people break down words like that, that shit's tight. But it tells a vision. Cell phone, cell phone has become part of the human body. Your cell phone has become another cell in your body. a neuron, let's say, a thing that thinks for you, becomes part of you. And I like to say that the phones replace our brains, the function of our brains, mainly the areas of memory. I think it affects a lot of our memory, being able to tell stories, like vivid descriptions of stories. Nowadays, people just show you photos. Oh, look what we did. Scroll. They don't explain shit, or everything's just filmed, right? If that makes sense. People can't even go to a concert, can't even enjoy what's in front of them without recording it, without looking through it through a camera. That shit's crazy. Like, an example, bro. I live in an urban city, right? Or just in a city, right? Away from. And if I see a mountain lion where I live right now, I'm not gonna pull out my phone. For one, I'm gonna be scared as fuck. I'm gonna be smart and be like, oh, fuck that. Like, I'm gonna get as far as possible or get a weapon or something. Fuck that. I'm not pulling out my phone to record. Or it doesn't have to be something cool. Let me think. A dog with wings. You just see a flying dog. I wouldn't care about recording it, bro. Just looking at it with my bare eyes. Because when you look at a phone, that shit's too small and everything. I like to look at it with my bare eyes because like it's right in front of you, right? I don't know. I'm a person who doesn't even take photos of like good times and shit. I remember good times. I don't need to take a photo. I don't need to take a photo to always remember. But you know what I mean? Just our eyes have become. I'm surprised people don't wear. There aren't people with more glasses. I don't know if glasses, the number of people with glasses increased when the invention of like television and screens like that, computers and shit. I don't know if it's gotten higher since. Nah, I'm tripping. Glasses have always, not they've always been around, right? But they've always been a thing. But I'm saying like, did numbers just jump up when television screens and shit, or even artificial light? Cause I wonder if that shit hurts your eye. I know some lights do hurt your eyes, and in some places it's against the law, or like they don't allow you to use certain light bulbs because they hurt your eyes and they cause a lot of health problems and shit. Artificial light, bro. And that's when we get to the root problem of why cell phones are so horrible for your health. Is yeah, the radiation and all that shit they might give off, all the bad energy they might give off, but as well as the artificial light, the blue light, I think it's called. I think that shit's really unhealthy. And a lot of technology, a lot of screens use blue light, I think, and it causes headaches, migraines. I think a lot of other problems. Um, trouble sleeping. I had a doctor tell me like stop looking at your phone, stop using your phone before bed. I still use it every night. ASMR and shit. But he has a point. Like I noticed like if you wake up in the middle of the night, you don't look at your phone, you're able to just go back to sleep quicker. But the second you look at your phone, your brain is just activated and it's on. So artificial light is really unhealthy. Pretty sure it's what causes distortion, bro. I'm starting to think now. Cause you know how when you look at something, that one trick with your eyes where you stare at an object for a long time. I forgot what. If you stare at it like behind a bright light or something, and then you look away from it and you still see the shadow image of it when you look away. I wonder if like nah, that could be used with natural light, so I don't think artificial light's the reason for that. I scratched that. Even artificial audible noises. Artificial not artificial, but recorded, I mean. Not live audible noises. Because the frequency the technology plays back to you is different from live audible, like for me speaking to you right in front of you, right? The hertz and everything, right? And of course, we've heard the thing. I'm sure a lot of you guys heard the stuff like 432 or something hertz. There's like a certain number of hertz that are like really unhealthy, and a lot of people like with musicians and shit would use that hertz or like in movies to scare you and shit, right? It's a negative hertz. There's like negative hertz and shit, and audible hertz. And I'm just thinking like, and then we do. It is a fact that social media and shit causes mental health in young people, like negative mental health problems. I don't want. I think it's. Was it social media? They said it was social media, but I'm sure it's technology. The cell phones in general, the technology and what it emits, literally emits, that affects your health and your mind and physical. Like I wonder if schizophrenia. Do they do studies like this? Like when new technology comes out, new products come out, they have to test them, right? Or see the effects, long-term effects. Are these type of studies out there in the world? Or like since they're still being studied, they're still active and not yet really concluded. They're not going to tell us right away, right? Just going to wait until the worst outcome, I guess, happens. Because it all is down to business and money. Like they want to see how long the product can last. You know how much they can get away with harming your body. I mean, a lot of these companies, especially in the food industry, they're allowed to put a certain amount of unhealthy like chemicals and shit in your food. It's regulated how much like could pass when they test it. And it's like down to the particle, nanoparticle, or some shit like that. I forgot what it is, but like parts per twintillion or some shit. You know that type of science lingo when they do tests. They're only certain a percentage of like that bad chemical. Let's say lead, because I'm sure like a lot of products, like you go to the store and they warn you. I've seen them actually. Like a lot of powdered. Some products do. Some food does have natural lead in it, so it makes sense. But you know what I mean? Like I heard bugs. It's a known fact that bugs and shit get into our processed food. Like you guaranteed eating some insects in your chocolate bar or something. Like a smart percentage. It's probably high actually, bro. Like pests are pests. They're everywhere. Especially small ass little tiny ones, you know? Little gnats, flies, ants, little ticks, little tacks, whatever the fuck they're called. Those small ass little bugs. Shit is wild. But that's food. Technology's a trip. Because a lot of the people who invented crazy ass technology got killed by their own invention. Like the radiation. I forgot who invented that stuff. Like there's a physicist and all the people who fucking made that nuclear shit, all that stuff. They got killed. That one woman, I forgot her name. She invented something that was like that killed her. Uranium or I forgot what it was. You could look it up. My bad for the tangent. Who invented uranium energy? The Manhattan Project? I wonder if any of those people died. She was a woman inventor who got killed by her own invention. It reminds me of a story. Some guy at my work got a tattoo of this one guy who who was an inventor and he got imprisoned for inventing shit because they told him to chill out, like you're gonna hurt somebody or hurt yourself. What was his name? But to escape the prison, he made wings and he's like, I bet I can fly to the sun. And his dad or something told him like, oh stop, stop, like chill out, bro. They already told you to chill, like. And he ended up did making wings and he ended up flying away to the sun, but ended up killing himself because he flew into the sun. Mary Curie, physicist, chemist, radioactivity, radium, and polonium. It was radium? Radiation exposure. I had a neighbor who told me that Steve Jobs, he got pancreatic cancer or some shit like that. Let me see. But he was telling me why he got the cancer, like possibly the reason why, and it was cuz pancreatic. What's pancreas? That's it, right? Pancreatic region on body. Like your waist, right? He was saying the computers that Steve Jobs invented though were waist high. Like these were big computers and shit that he was working on. How tall was he? Nah, they couldn't have been that large. Let's look it up first. Oh, but when you're sitting at a desk, because he invented the laptop, was it like it was a big ass module, right? So it's, or when you're working down sitting, which I'm assuming sitting, right? Working and making shit, it's right there. Like you're waist high and shit. He was telling me that his own invention pretty much what gave him the cancer. Because of all that fucking, I forgot how, what, he's saying it just produced the waste, the energy, like everything, every electronic produces waste, energy waste through heat. You know, when you touch it, if it's hot, it's producing waste. Like It's getting rid of that energy, that waste through the heat. Depending on the material that electronics made of, it's heating up the material, the fumes and shit, or who knows what. And the reactions that go on with heat combined with heat. That's why a lot of those chips, a lot of those computers need to be powered with super high coolants and shit, or straight up giant reservoirs of water to prevent chemical reactions. I'm assuming from preventing creating chemical gases or dangerous gases and who knows what, or radiation, or who knows what kind of chemical. Who knows what goes on inside your phone when heats up and gets warm. He pretty much told me that like that's how he died. Like his computer pretty much just gave him the cancer. And it was made of wood, the first one. I'm looking at it right now. I don't know how well of an insulation that is for like electricity energy. I'm assuming well because it's organic material. I'm assuming it just absorbs most of that energy, preventing it from like you absorbing it through your skin and shit. Or who knows what. Maybe it's not a good idea. Did he line it with lead? I'm assuming a lot of early technology, they probably had to do shit like that. Even in our. It didn't make sense why they used lead in food cans. Thinking about that shit now? In the food industry? Like, what were they doing to the food? Like, they would heat them up. I know a lot of times you would have to heat up the can, right? To kill bacteria and shit. Or, like, when you jar food, when you can food. I know, like, high temperatures, like, they're, like, pretty much baked at or something. Boiled in. Heat treatment, pretty much. Why would they use lead? Why would they line their. Is that true? I remembered it. Am I remembering this correctly in history? I remember learning, like, they lined food with lead. Oh my. I'm just thinking, talking about all this electricity and energy and shit. Lead paint. You think the people who invented that stuff, the early variations of wiring, house wiring, right? And before they probably had rubber to like cover the wiring. You had raw wiring. You had raw energy flowing through the house, which is kind of crazy to think of. Like not really contained, because we have wires and shit nowadays, like rubber. Um, what other materials prevent like radiation? I'm sure we have shit like that, or like not radiation specific, but like just energy, dangerous raw energy, or energy waste, or like heat. Because rubber's really good at regulating heat and shit, prevents burning up shit, right? So the early stages of that, they were like, fuck. In radios too, early radios, like I imagine all the radiation or like bad radiation they were putting out, bad energy they were putting out. So they're probably like, fuck, we have to put lead in the paint just to protect the people inside the homes. Pretty much giant microwaves, probably without the lead paint. Probably just giant microwaves. Like way worse than it is now because we got better shit now, right? Insulation and all that other stuff, wiring. Like I'm saying, the rubber and all that stuff. So it makes sense why they probably put lead in the paint. The canned food? Um, what years was it? Canned food. It reminds me of like World War, nuclear war times, right? Just in case you're in a bunker or like nuclear fallout waste happens, and when you like, let's say you're coming out the bunkers, you're gonna need food. There's gonna be like, it's gonna be impossible to grow food for a while, for a long ass time, because of the fucking fallout. But a lot of the food's gonna be good because it had lead inside. But it just backfires because you're in a fucking discontinued in the United States. In '95 is when they banned it in the U.S. Lead in food. Fuck. That's like Cold War era too. Nuclear, like the whole nuclear scare. It makes sense. They might not tell the public this because it might scare people. Be like, oh, we had to put lead in the cans because if nuclear fallout happens, like we're gonna be hiding in the bunkers. We're gonna need food when we come out. Solder, lead solder. A lot of our food's imported though. Oh, but they know like it's regulated in our country, so like for our country, they probably put them in the chill cans. Makes sense. Oh, it was just used to seal. So I may take that back. To seal? Would it be lined or just sealed like the what the fuck? Well, the US has eliminated lead solder. Oh, it's soldering, right? Yeah, so it's probably not even never mind. Fuck, these cans often have a noticeable seam with visible solder. So if you guys are out shopping, look out for visible solder on your cans. Enamel or vinyl is what usually today they use to seal them, to line them. Interesting. Where the fuck? Breaking shit down is such a headache. There's just so much people you gotta go through to get to the core reason for something. Because something is always influenced by something else. Or, you know? Damn, I was jamming out and then we just went on a tangent. Oh shit. Oh, we were talking about. I saw Jurassic Park movie review.